ANTIFASTAN Autonomous Zone forms in Portland, and it's already sparking a leftist civil war. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest autonomous zone, this time being formed in the city of Portland, how it's already humiliated the ultra-left mayor of the city, and how it's already igniting a deeper civil war within the modern left that's in many ways just getting started. You're not going to want to miss this. Welcome everyone, Dr. Steve here with you, ready to bring you our latest episode celebrating the inevitable collapse of left-wing globalism and the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a regular part of this channel where each and every day we focus on optimism and encouragement in the midst of all the defeatist fake news nonsense spewed out by the mainstream media. But first, with our rapid advances in science over the years, you know, there are much more powerful and effective ways to boost our immune system than just taking mega doses of vitamin C. In fact, our sponsors over at BioTrust have combined four of the world's best immune-supporting powerhouses, along with that mega dose of vitamin C, into their #1 immunity support product, Ageless Body. Simply put, Ageless Body provides you 5 of the most powerful immune support ingredients available, including their #1 immunity support recommendation, Turmeric, which is 46 times better absorption than most other forms. And best of all, if you click on the link below today, you can now get Ageless Body at their lowest price ever, 51% off with free US shipping to boot. So don't wait. I got mine. I take it every day. Click on that link or go to agewithsteveturley.com and give your immune system an awesome boost today. All right, let's dive right in here, gang. It's the summer of love all over again, right? That's how Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin originally referred to the Chaz Autonomous Zone and what we affectionately refer to as ANTIFASTAN. It was just a peaceful block party, right? That's what she said. It was a wonderful block party atmosphere, and this could turn into the summer of love, a woke spring. And then a number of people were shot dead, and well, she was wrong, humiliatingly so. Well, it's back! Another ANTIFASTAN has been set up, this time in the far leftist mecca of Portland. You know, that place that the evil Donald Trump was inciting over the summer by sending federal troops to arrest violent agitators that were wreaking havoc throughout the city. Yeah, that Portland. Well, now we're seeing another autonomous zone setting up there. So-called protesters have erected fences and barricades, a border wall, if you will, to create a buffer zone of sorts in an effort to resist the eviction of a black family. Protesters have been camping out for months to prevent the eviction of the Kinney family, but on Tuesday morning, tensions escalated and protesters used fences and barricades set up by law enforcement officials to surround the home, which has now been named the Red House on Mississippi due to its location on Mississippi Avenue in North Portland. The activists and agitators occupying the zone drew a line in the sand as of the other day, warning onlookers and press not to shoot footage in the autonomous zone. Representatives of the zone tweeted out, "The space at the Red House is an active eviction blockade. If you enter that space not to defend the Kinney family, but to live stream or film the risks that others are taking for your personal gain, then you are a guest, and if you aren't respectful, you will be an unwelcome one." The PNW Youth Liberation Front, a group of social activists, as the New York Post is calling them, tweeted out Thursday morning. Now, the ultra-left mayor there, Ted Wheeler, he is once again finding his own leftists standing up against him. And unlike Seattle's feckless Jenny Durkin, he's actually talking tough, right? He's a tough guy. That's right, he's a tough guy. He's coming out and he's saying that Portland police, you heard that right, gang, the Portland police, that cesspool of systemic racism, they're going to use all lawful means necessary in ending the illegal occupation at the home. Portland police have indeed made several arrests, but of course, in a nation that takes the law just so seriously like ours, the county district attorney there, a fellow by the name of Mike Schmidt, what a doozy, he immediately dropped charges against all the protesters and agitators that were arrested. And this despite the fact that police found multiple firearms in their possession that they were preparing to use against law enforcement. Now, if you don't know this piece of work, Mike Schmidt, he's done this before. Back in the summer when Portland was imploding with the race riots, the Antifa violence, the ongoing protests, this mayor, Ted Wheeler, who up until that point had been an Antifa sympathizer. He finally had to admit that Antifa was actively attempting to commit murder when they were trying to burn down a police station with police officers inside the building. Now, unfortunately, once those rioters were arrested, you had this very same fellow, Mike Schmidt, a rabid leftist, refused to prosecute the rioters that the police arrested. Again, keep in mind, many of whom were trying to burn down a police building that had law officers inside of it. But that's not worthy of pressing charges, according to the far-left logic of this district attorney. Don't you now feel safe and secure, so confident to know that people like this are in charge over the integrity of our laws? Now, this latest example of the absurdity of the political and cultural far left further underscores something we've been seeing boiling over to the surface over the last several months, and that's nothing less than a very real civil war from within the Democratic Party. As Antifa radicals take over portions of the city, occupying as well as destroying public property, assaulting police officers and the like, we can see that this is in fact turning into nothing less than a civil war among leftists. Now, before we get into that, with YouTube's latest threats at censorship and banning videos critical of the November 3rd election, many have asked me if you can watch my videos on alternative social media platforms, and the answer to that is an emphatic yes. All you got to do is click on that link down below to sign up to discover all of our different social media options, but of course without any of the big tech censorship. In fact, if you click on that link below and sign up to get a list of all of our social media options, there is no possibility of any censors ever getting between you and I. We'll have direct access to one another in these very uncertain times. So don't wait. There is no time to spare on this one. Make sure to click on that link below and fight back against big tech censorship today. All right, so the latest in ANTIFASTAN and Portland and all that is demonstrating to us loud and clear that we are once again seeing leftists fighting leftists. This is a battle between two different leftist factions. It's a battle between the old white liberal establishment, as represented by Democrat politicians such as, the Wisconsin governor, the feckless Democrat mayors, all these people. They're on one side of it all. And then you've got the radical left, the ones these white bourgeois Democrats keep trying to defend, the radical left that's turned on them all, the Antifa left, the BLM left. Don't forget, we have example after example, the new left turning on the old left. I mean, it all started with the Minneapolis soy boy, Mayor Jacob Fry, and his humiliation at BLM rally, where he was forced to take the walk of shame as demonstrators demanded, get the F out of there. Go home, Jacob, go home, right? We saw something similar with Ted Wheeler, that mayor of Portland, when an Antifa and BLM crowd he was marching with turned on him over the summer. They demanded that he resign. And so he made a complete 180 and admitted that Antifa was indeed deliberately trying to commit murder in his city. And then you had Jenny Durkin, the ultra-left mayor of Seattle, and once brave defender of the Chaz Autonomous Zone, the original one. She's facing a major recall effort led by leftists upset that she allowed police to use tear gas to disperse demonstrators and rioters. We could go on and on. In every one of these cases, what we're seeing is left versus left, Democrat versus Democrat, the new Antifa BLM left versus the old bourgeois white establishment left, the AOCs versus the Nancy Pelosi's, the Rashida Tlaib's versus the Joe Bidens. Remember, it was reported after the Democratic convention. How convenient. But we found out only after that cringe-vention mercifully came to an end. Over 1,000, you heard that right, over 1,000 Democrat delegates voted against their party's platform. I mean, that's unprecedented. And again, keep in mind that Democrats refused to release the roll call during their cringe-vention. They only announced it, their platform had passed, that's all they announced, but they only announced the radical rejection of it. Remember, they have 3,500 delegates, 1,000 of them rejected the platform. They only announced that after the cringe-vention was over. The Democrat Party is in a civil war. It's in a fight for its soul, what little it has. And our nation's cities have turned into the battlegrounds with the civil war. The left today, in many ways, is destroying itself. And not only is it destroying itself internally, but it's alienating more and more. It's alienating itself more and more from average Americans. The damage that these leftists have inflicted on our cities, on local businesses, the more they harass law-abiding citizens, demanding they raise that odious Marxist symbol of a clenched fist, the more they're red-pilling people like never before. So take heart. The Democrats are destroying themselves. Now, as always, like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on how red-pilled Elon Musk leaves California as the recall petition to oust Governor Newsom surges. You're not going to want to miss that. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.